Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Susie's Shenanigans. In this episode, we're going to be making some chili. This is the way that I make it. If you like it another way, by all means, go ahead. Here's what we're going to need. One of these. Beef, 3 cans of fire roasted diced tomatoes, 3 cans of Great Northern beans. You can change out the beans if there's other beans that you like better, by all means. And then I do 2 cans of golden hominy because I love hominy. Okay, and then 3 packs of chili, original chili from McCormick mix. Okay, and then also for serving, we're gonna need a bag of Fritos and some cheese. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this fire on. To the side. We're gonna get it going, and I'm gonna get ready, get the other things that I'm gonna need ready. So I'm also gonna need this big strainer. I mean, I guess you don't need a big strainer, but that's what I use. And then I'll also use this smaller strainer. But for now, let me get you guys, while that heats up, I'm gonna set this over here. Okay, get that warm. You can go ahead and add a little bit of oil of your choice. You don't need a lot, just very, just so the meat doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna use this fancy dancy wooden spatula. And then what else am I gonna need? I'm gonna go ahead and need a knife, so I can go ahead and open this. 3 pounds of beef. And of course, always make sure that you wash your hands before you start cooking. And I'm just gonna go ahead and plop that on in there. Put this in the trash. And let's see, we're gonna go ahead and just cook it up. I don't have one of those fancy meat masher thingies, so I just use this. A little spoon. You guys see? I hope you guys can see. And I usually just use one pot, which is what I really like about this recipe, is that you just need one pot, really. And I normally use another one that's not as heavy because this is cast iron and it is pretty heavy, but I like it. I think it's so pretty. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to use it today for this video because why not? And now I'm using 3 pounds. I'm tripling the recipe. You don't have to. You could just do a single one, and pretty much everything that I'm doing is on the back of the packet, except for a few things. Like if you go to Walmart, you're like, oh, what do I need? Just get the packet, and it's in the back. It tells you what you need on there. The only thing that I add is the hominy. Like, yeah, pinto beans instead of, it says kidney or pinto beans. I use the Great Northern beans. And then the fire roasted tomatoes. It has everything on there. I just add the hominy. If you're gonna I do 2. I'm doing, like I said, I'm tripling it. So I only do 2 cans of hominy. If you're doing like 1 pound, like just one serving or whatnot, you can only do 1 can of hominy. If you're doing 1 or 2, I mean, it's your preference. If you even like it, you don't have to put it in there. It's all based off of preference. But that's all I do. I don't add any salt or pepper because the seasoning and the packaging is pretty good. I've never added it. I guess you could if you want to, but I do not personally. Get you a little thing because you don't want to burn yourself. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna fast forward this, hopefully, and I'll be back once this is cooked. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and pause this, and I'll be back when it's cooked. Okay, so our meat is browned. So here's the next thing that I'm gonna do, and so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fat, which I get the pretty lean meat anyway, but this is part of what I do. You don't have to. This is just a preference. So let me show you. Okay, so let's go drain it. All right, so this is the setup that I have. I put a plate underneath it to kind of catch all the grease, and because I don't want that stuff going down the drain. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this stove, set the heat to simmer, just to low, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab my meat, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in there. And it's steaming up the camera. I'm sorry, but okay, so we're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna return the pot back to the stove. All right, let's move on to the next step. We're gonna go ahead and strain and rinse everything that we're gonna put in the pot. So I'm gonna move you guys over here, and I've already opened my cans of beans. So the tomatoes, I'm just gonna go ahead and put them straight in there. I'm gonna put the 3 cans of tomatoes in there. So let me show you guys do that. Okay, so while the meat is straining over there, yes, the pot looks a little bit messy, but we're making dinner in it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put my 3 cans, of fire roasted diced tomatoes. I do those straight out of the can. And then I'm gonna go ahead and rinse out the beans and the hominy. So let me guys show you. Let's go do that. Okay, so I have the tomatoes in the pot, and this is the beans. I just grab the strainer and cold water, and I give them a rinse because I've heard stuff about preservatives and what they use in there, and that rinsing them off actually helps you maybe possibly not be as gassy. So why not do it? Okay, so I do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the pot with the tomatoes, and I'm gonna take my second can of beans. Again, give them a rinse, cold water. And I still have the meat straining over here, which is pretty much done, but I just leave it in there for now. That's 2. I got 1 more. To go. Can of beans. And then I'm also gonna do the 2 cans of hominy the same way. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse them out. what's going on there. So let's see if I can break that up so I can give it a good rinse. And that's gonna go into the pot. And I got one more. Oh goodness. Okay. One more can of hominy. And I'm just gonna break that up. Just give it a good rinse. Okay. So now that we have all of this, let me show you what the next step is. We're gonna put this in the pot, and I'm gonna bring you guys back, and gals and everybody. I'm gonna bring you back to the pot. All right, so now that we have the tomatoes, the beans, and the hominy in the pot, it's on simmer, it's on low. We can turn it up a little bit. Turn the heat up a little bit. And now we're just gonna give this a mix. Mix it all up. And because there's not a lot of liquid, since I rinsed out the liquid from the beans and the hominy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water, some drinkable water, which is, I have a reverse osmosis, and I just put it in here. And I'm just going to put it until it covers that stuff up. Once it covers it, I'm going to give it another mix. And I know it looks bland right now, but it's going to be good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 packets of chili in there. And I do this before I put the meat in there. It's easier for me because once I put the meat in there, the pot's fuller, so you can't really stir it as much. So that's why I do it at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and put all 3 packs in there. And the reason why I'm making so much is because I'm making this for the whole family. I got my husband, my little guy, my brother, and my 2 older kiddos that are going to be eating this. And, I mean, it's a good meal prep, I suppose, if you want to do that too, because it's really good, even after. So now that everything's in there, the packets and everything, we just need the meat. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat up and bring this up to, you don't have to wait. I'm probably not even going to wait. You want to make sure that that chili powder is incorporated really nice, really well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just stirring it. Give it a nice stir. Get it nice and hot. And see, now it's just got all that flavor. Those packets give it such a good flavor. Okay, we're gonna put that to the side. And now that everything is like incorporated right here, we have the chili powder that's dissolved. And see, we have all that room that we're about to lose some of that room now because we're gonna put this meat in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the meat that I had on the straining over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in there. Put all that meat in there. Put this back on the sink. And see how there's like there's still room, but not as much. So now I can just focus on mixing in the meat and not mixing in the chili pack. And we're just going to go ahead and mix it in. And that meat is gonna absorb that chili flavor too. So you can make this and however much you want or little. I make this, and honestly, secret recipe coming in. I make 2 meals out of this. So today, for instance, we will be having Frito pies, or chili pies, or put a little bit of Fritos on the bottom, some cheese, and we'll put some of this on the top, a little bit of more cheese on the top of that, and that'll be dinner for tonight. You can also add cornbread, which is absolutely delicious. But then tomorrow, with the leftovers, what we'll do is we'll have chili dogs. So we'll just pull this out of the fridge, heat it up on the stove like this. We'll throw some hot dogs in there, and we'll throw them in the mix, cook them up in there, and then we'll have chili dogs. So you can either have a Frito pie or a chili dogs, and it is really good either way. So there is my little secret 2-for-1 recipe. Thank you guys for following along. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. We're just going to bring it to a boil. We're going to bring it as soon as it starts, like when you see it, you want to keep stirring it because you don't want the bottom to burn since it's on high heat. But as soon as you just leave it like that every now and then, you see it starting to bubble on the top, that's when you just turn it off. But until it does that, we're going to go ahead and just keep stirring it little by little. If you want more liquid, you can add more liquid at this point. I actually think I like this consistency. Let's see. Let it sit there for a little bit. And then I'll show you what it looks like once it comes to a small boil. Okay, so you see how, oh goodness, it's boiling right here. It's starting to boil on the edges. You're just gonna give it a quick stir on high heat. Like I have it on high heat this whole time because I just want to get it hot fast. So now that it is started to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. And I'm just gonna let it sit for a little while. It'll thicken up. It won't thicken up like a crazy amount, but it will thicken up a little bit more. So now, just give it a quick stir. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on there, which you don't need to. You can just leave the lid off if you want. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it off so it can cool down a little bit faster and thicken up a little bit faster as well. But there you have it. I mean, you just gotta let it cool down to where it's the consistency that you like and the thickness of the, I don't know, the chili. And then we'll go ahead and serve it up. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, more or less. One thing I did forget to tell you that I wanted to let you know is that the packets, I get these at Walmart, and I have to get the original one now because of my little guy. But they do have them with some spice in it. They have a mild and a hot. I used to make the hot, and it was really good. But because of my little guy, everybody just adds spice to their bowl individually. But I just wanted to let you know that. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and serve it up. So what we're gonna do, I got my bowl. I'm gonna put some Fritos in the bottom. And then I'm gonna get my cheese. And you can do this with your hands if you'd like to. I normally do, but for video purposes, just make sure your hands are clean, Always wash your hands before handling food. Okay, so we got that ready, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab our chili and put it on top. Oops, I got a little bit on there. Okay. Whew, I filled it up a little bit much. That's okay. And then on the top, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more cheese because you can never have enough cheese. There you go. And there you have it. We have made a Frito pie, I guess is what people call it, chili bowl. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna have chili dogs. So it works out. Anyway, thank you everybody for following along with me. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my shenanigans, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I really appreciate all your support. And let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see next, or let me know how you make your chili. Like, how do you like it? How do you do it? Alrighty. I hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.